Okay, let's get into a few reasons why your invited individual or person might not be receiving their Intuit or QuickBooks invitation to your company QuickBooks. So the first reason, obviously, that you want to try or double check is have them double check their junk mail. Obviously, it could be going to spam, and so have them check there first. Whenever I invite somebody, whether it's a new accountant or a user to QuickBooks Online, is I just let them know, hey, I sent you the invitation. Double check your spam because sometimes it goes there. Okay. So the second reason that we could double check, or the second reason that it could be being blocked, is because their mail server is not allowing it to go through to QuickBooks Online. So in order to avoid this, recommend to the invited individual to set up a QuickBooks account or set up an Intuit account. That way it starts to recognize Intuit.com, and they'll be able to receive email notifications from Intuit. If they're not a user, if they're not a current user, their email server might be blocking those specific emails, right? The other option might be is that the invitation has expired. So a lot of times you have, or all the time, you have 48 hours to be able to accept an invitation once it's sent out. If you wait longer than the 48 hours, it will expire and it'll have to be resent. So that being said, let's go over that really quick. So in order to resend an email invitation to your QuickBooks Online account, you go to the gear icon and then go to manage users. And once, let's go back. Might be helpful if you could actually see it. So, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna go back to the dashboard. So you go up to your gear icon right up here. The same way that you invited the individual, you'll go back to this page, manage users, and over here on the right hand side, if they have not accepted the invitation yet, you'll be able. It'll say resend right over here on the right hand side, and you'll be able to resend the invitation. Okay. If they've already accepted the invitation, it'll show active and it'll show the edit button over here, which means they're ready to rock and roll. Same thing for the accounting firms. So, for example, see, it says resend invite. So, this individual, me, I have not received this particular invitation yet. So, I just click resend, and it'll say Jeremy Jones will get an email with a new link to sign into your QuickBooks. So, I'm going to go ahead and resend that. It shoots them an email, and hopefully that solved the problem. Okay. So those are a few ways to review or to go over how to troubleshoot an invitation that's not being received. One last item that we can go over that might cause an issue is that the primary email for QuickBooks, your email address that you put into QuickBooks, is not set up correctly. So one last thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to the gear icon. Then we're going to go to account and settings. And once we're here, we're just going to double check that the email address that we put into the company email is correct. So you just want to double check that this email right here is the correct one that needs to be here, because that's the email address that it will be sent from. Okay. If that email is not correct, if it was off the one letter or one number, then the email will not be sent and they will not receive the invitation. So anyway, I hope you got value out of this. Stay tuned for the next video. And this is how you troubleshoot inviting a user to QuickBooks Online.